Conspiracy Journal podcast. The transmission starts now.
Welcome to the Conspiracy Journal podcast.
Are we recording?
Michelle.
Shite.
Are we going? Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm Michelle.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Oh, my name's Bobby.
Bobby. Bobby. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Greg.
Old
Hi,
Greg. Could you learn to love me?
Bellies. Oh, Greg. All right, my brain's broke.
What are we working on today, Michelle?
Dude, we're back to the celebrity UFO sightings.
We're back,
part
baby.
2. Fucking beep, beep, beep. Here we go. All right. Last time I had a lot going on, a lot of crazy notes. I thought I was going to be better prepared this week. I'm not. So here we go. Here we go.
Do you remember where we left off last week?
Of course I don't. I
Okay.
believe it was John Lennon.
Okay.
John Lennon naked out on his balcony.
Yeah, I'm
with
listening.
with his B girlfriend, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Bobo Yoko.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. And so my goal here in part 2 is to bring us like a little more recent,
Okay.
but we're not recent yet.
Sure.
Okay. We're starting with a man named Buddy Rich. Buddy.
Real current events,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
So Buddy Rich, I really want to include him because I didn't know who he was. You Google this man, he is the best drummer who's ever existed in the history of humans. I mean, like there's 20 YouTube videos called Impossible Drum Solos that are this man. He's got such an interesting story. His parents were vaudevillians. So he was kind of like born into show business. He starts playing the drums and playing instruments like before he could walk. And by 4 years old, he was headlining Broadway shows. Like this man is crazy talented. But he also saw some UFOs. His first sighting is in 1954. Okay, I know this is a long time ago, but but I like him, so we're going to talk about him. So he was in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's playing in the band at this time, and his brother and him were like driving some sports car, and they see a light in the sky, and they stop the car in a parking lot to get a better look. And the objects so they see a bunch of lights and objects in the sky coming from behind the dark side of the moon, which I feel like we don't say that anymore.
I'm sorry, did you say where we are?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like outside the city of Atlanta, Georgia in 1954.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we don't. I mean, maybe with modern technology, maybe the other side of the moon feels less dark. So we say it less?
I guess.
I mean,
yeah.
I thought
You
it
just
was
never see it.
I thought it was a pretty
Yeah.
cool phrase. So
Yeah, me
you
too.
know.
That's why I included it because like that's a cool thing to say that I
Yeah.
never say.
yeah.
That I
Did we
don't-
just give up on it?
I
We're
think
just like it's dark over there. We don't know. So
right because I can't see it, so it's just nothing.
It's the best place to hide a military base.
for sure.
Sure, and like a ship, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not dark at all.
Yeah.
It's just Vegas on that side.
Yeah.
It's like the coolest
You mean the
places.
fun side of
Yeah.
the moon?
Yeah.
That's actually where the Dulce base is.
Nice. Yeah.
It's on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's
so
one of the levels.
right. I forgot to include that level in the Dulce base.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do a part 2. Okay, so him and his brother see an object coming from behind the dark side of the moon. They stop the car in a parking lot. They get out of the car and they say that there are multiple objects doing figure eights. He explained it like when you are playing with a cat and the cat's eyes bulge and they start zigzagging around. He said that's what we were like in the parking lot. We were like 2 cats with our eyes bulging. And the lights were going like making us turn our heads from left to right. That's how fast everything was going. It was crazy, zigzaggy, wild. And so that was his first sighting. And the other thing that makes this guy so interesting to me is he's like, people must know about this. The government must know. We should tell news medias. And like, we can't be the only people who've seen stuff like this. This is crazy. So he never stops talking about it. So this is the 50s. His career gets really big. He starts doing like Johnny Carson and, you know, like he knows other famous people. He's touring around. He does a lot of time in Vegas. So he sees, you know, the Rat Packers. I mean, yeah, Rat Pack? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I confused myself for a second. I was like Brat Pack, but that was the kids from the 80s. But then I was also like Whack Pack, and those are the guys from Howard Stern show. So I got a little confused. So Rat Pack guys like Frank Sinatra and all those dudes. These were, the people that he was running around with. And so he starts talking to all those other famous people. And some people are like, yeah, I've seen some UFOs. And some people are like, nah, you're crazy. He's got a couple of other sightings. Like one time he was outside of Vegas and he saw a 40-foot disc just like light up the sky. Yeah, when it comes to all of these sightings, I don't know how people are gauging their size. Because like 40 feet doesn't seem that big to me. But if it was really close to you, it would seem really big.
Sure.
So anyway, he saw a 40-foot disc in the sky in Las Vegas that was like very bright. And he said, and I quote, it was going terribly fast, maybe 400 miles an hour. And so a 40-foot anything flying 400 miles an hour really freaks me out. I don't want any part of that. As you guys know, I'm a big scaredy cat. I don't want to see any of this. So I can understand that these things are really scary, and I wouldn't stop talking about it. And that's what Buddy did. He kept talking about it. And one of the things that he said, I'm going to quote, is, I believe there's a lot more to all this than the government has told us. I resent the fact that the Air Force and the Pentagon are trying to keep the truth from the public. I believe we are adult enough to accept the consequences. There are things beyond our knowledge and culture that we should not dispute. We are intelligent enough to accept these things. There is a good chance that the beings piloting these crafts are here not to harm us, but to help us. He goes on to have a couple of run-ins with the government, possibly Dr. J. Allen Hynek, our buddy.
I was actually going to ask if he was ever visited from the government.
Yeah, he said that he swapped information with some people in the Air Force. And usually at this time period, if a famous person is saying that they're talking to the Air Force, they're talking to Hynek or one of his buds,
Gotcha.
At least that's what I think, So, yeah, he goes on. One time he actually has a really funny story about trying to talk about UFOs with Johnny Carson. And Carson's like, yeah, whatever. And then they're both in Vegas one night, and Carson calls his hotel room. Buddy Rich's hotel room, wakes him up in the middle of the night and is tweaking. He's like, dude, I just saw a UFO. I was outside by the pool and a UFO lit up the sky and then went across it. It was crazy. And Buddy Rich was kind of like, fucking told you.
I just like the idea of Carson by a pool.
Yeah.
You always see him in a suit behind his desk and stuff.
Totally.
But him just being a person and lounging is funny to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Never saw him being casual.
Yeah.
No casual Johnny,
Just shirt off in his swim trunks.
Okay, so that's Buddy Rich. I'm gonna move on now. I'm not bringing this quite into this century yet. Our last oldie, well, it's not our last one, oldie but goodie, but it's it's an oldie and a goodie. His name is Muhammad Ali. Ever heard of him?
Yeah.
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 All right, he was a boxer, pretty famous.
Cassius.
Whatever.
Good old Cassius.
Yeah, whatever. So he sees a couple of UFOs throughout his life. You can look this up. There's a couple of newspaper articles that come out in the 1970s because he was training for a really big fight and he was staying in New York. He had a big mansion in New Jersey, but at this time he's staying in New York and he's jogging in Central Park multiple times a day, just running his little butt off. He sees a UFO. He says, and I quote, I was running and I just happened to look up. It's just before dawn, as I often do with running, and they're there, just hovering above us with this brilliant light hanging as if on an invisible thread. At first, I thought it has to be a beacon projected from a helicopter. Ali explained that moments later, a small object passed in front of us, and then a second UFO had this glowing red trail behind it. And he tells his trainer, who's standing nearby, and the two of them just watch from behind the skyline, moves two glowing orbs, and it lasts 15 minutes. And he says the best I can describe the sighting is to say that it was just round and big.
That's what she said.
Fair enough.
In multiple interviews, one of which is in the book that I keep referencing, UFOs Among the Stars, by our founder, Timothy Green Beckley. Beckley interviews him a couple times. And so the chapter on Muhammad Ali in this book is like really long and crazy. Muhammad Ali is kind of like a kooky prankster. And so the banter that they have is like, it's hilarious, you know? And he like invites Tim Beckley over, and Beckley brings like a bunch of his buddies, and they're like basically partying in Muhammad Ali's like giant mansion. Awesome. And watching UFO videos. Like, it's a really wild read. This is interesting. So Muhammad Ali goes on to talk about Elijah Muhammad, who is an American religious leader who led the Nation of Islam at the time and wrote this book. And in this book, he talks about the vision of Ezekiel's wheel in the sky. And so I did not do a lot of research about what they're talking about exactly, but it sounds like the Death Star.
Ezekiel's wheel is kind of a biblical thing in terms of like trying to describe the divine, and it's a few concentric rings, like all like wrapped around each other. Do you remember the movie Contact with Jodie Foster?
Yeah.
Remember the wormhole generator?
Yeah, I do.
Think of that. And It's just like on fire, and like it's very angelic looking.
And this is in the Bible?
I'm pretty sure it's referenced, but I know for a fact I think it's part of the Book of Enoch.
Crazy. All right. I never read it. I got to read this book. It's crazy.
I could be 100% wrong there, but
all right.
I'm mixing things up. But
all right. Well, this is what it's quoted as from Muhammad Ali, which I think he is quoting his teacher, Elijah Muhammad. It's a wheel-shaped plane known as the Mother of Planes is 1/2 a mile by 1/2 a mile and is the largest mechanical man-made object in the sky. It is a small human planet made for the purpose of destroying the present world of enemies of Allah. The cost to build such a plane is staggering. The finest brains were used to build it. It is capable of staying in outer space 6 to 12 months at a time without coming into the Earth's gravity. It carries 1,500 bombing planes with the most deadliest explosives, the type used to bring up mountains on Earth. I don't know what that means. The very same method is to be... Oh, I see. So it's got deadly explosives that can blow up mountains and destroy worlds. This is crazy. Okay, Greg is showing me pictures. This is crazy. This is insane. So I guess the idea is that this is in the sky somewhere at all the time, maybe on the dark side of the moon. I don't know, but it's wild. And Muhammad Ali believed that was up in the sky.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. It's biblical, but it's very much like a Jewish thing.
Okay. Just old Bible stuff, Old Testament stuff. Yeah, got it. Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, the Muhammad Ali chapter, very interesting. He goes on the rest of his life to have multiple sightings and then do like meetings and stuff with other people who have also had sightings. And it's super interesting. But yeah, when they got into the Ezekiel's wheel stuff, I had no experience with that. And I got a little tweaked out and I didn't know what to do. So I left. And now
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I left, and now I'm out of here, and we're going to Steven Spielberg real fast. So Steven Spielberg is what we call a believer. He believes in ghosts and aliens and all kinds of stuff, but he does not have any sightings. But he does have he has this thing that he never really got over, which is that he was in the Boy Scouts and he had to miss this Boy Scout trip one time because he was sick. And the boys on the trip saw a UFO that they described as a blood red object that rose behind the sagebrush and then shot off into outer space. And like at the time that he was interviewed, he was still mad that he missed it. You know, like it's just
kind of, it makes sense though for Spielberg, because if you look at his entire body of work, I would say like 90% of it has to do with extraterrestrials.
Yeah, of course. So anyhow, when he was making Close Encounters, they had, to come up with what the ship was going to look like. And at that time, they just built small models, When they were building it, somebody was also working on Star Wars. Somebody got a hold of something and whatever. And even though all this stuff is hush, 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 they were like, this looks too much like the Death Star. Even though they had never seen it, it just turned out that way. And so they had to like go back to the drawing board and make another one.
They just took the Death Star and like covered it in lights.
Yeah, kind of. So Spielberg said that when he came in to see the final product of the new one, he said that he just like couldn't even handle it. He said it was completely insane that this prop master had made the ship that he had been seeing in his dreams for years. Shit. Yeah, isn't that creepy?
That's so rad.
So rad. All right, now, as promised, I'm bringing us into this century. We're going to October 19th, 2020.
Oh, very recent. Okay.
Yeah. We're going. Here we go. So we're driving in San Bernardino, California. Our name is Miley Cyrus. Ooh. And we are cruising.
Party in the USA.
Wee-hoo. Here we go. I'm sorry. So
about that sound you just made?
I'm sorry for just existing. But also Miley. She says that she saw a giant snowplow in the sky. That's how she
that
explained.
Name again is Mr. Plow.
Hell yeah. Mr. Plow. Okay, so yeah, she says that it was like super scary though. So she's on the highway with her friend and they see, big light in the sky. They look, it's yellow, it's crazy. And she describes it as like, I don't know, a snowplow. That's what she said. I didn't say it, It was glowing yellow and it had a being inside driving.
Ooh, okay.
A driver.
She could see this?
Was it?
She said she made eye
Barney
contact.
Gumble from The Simpsons? You said it was glowing yellow, so I'm just saying.
I didn't say blue. I said glowing. Oh, you said
glowing yellow.
Sorry.
Is what you said.
That's what she said.
Much like the people in The Simpsons.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Maybe she watched The Simpsons.
Was she on her way back from doing mushrooms at Joshua Tree when she was driving through San Bernardino?
Okay, here's what she did admit to.
If you're from that area, a little geographically where we might be coming from, where we're going.
Okay, I have to say that I have not done drugs in a very long time, so I'm not hip to what the kids are up to. Mm-hmm. But she did say, well, first let me say she made eye contact with Barney through the glass. She said that was the scariest part. Otherwise, it wasn't scary, but that was scary. And she did admit that she did buy weed wax from a guy in a taco stand. I don't know what weed wax is.
I think it's like dabs.
Yeah, dab.
Yeah.
Dabs.
It's like a
dabs is like when you turn weed into fucking real drugs, right?
It's just like it's the pure THC.
Yeah. All right, guys, everybody relax. All right. Yeah, so she was on drugs. So that might be that. But she did say other people on the highway stopped too, and they probably were not on weed wax.
I have actually on...
You're on dabs right now?
No, on the highway to fucking San Bernardino, man. Mm-hmm. I was headed out to Joshua Tree, not to do drugs, but I was once headed out to Joshua Tree, and I saw a fucking UFO in the sky.
Shut the fuck up. We have another celebrity sighting right now.
Pulled over into the parking lot of a Sprouts somewhere out there in the Inland Empire and like watched this thing go. And there was like a bunch of other people pulled over as well. And we're like, what the fuck? It was a SpaceX launch. We had no idea, but like it was kind of foggy out. We just saw this like greenish blue light in the sky. Whoa. It was really wild. But when you said a bunch of other people stopped, it just reminded me of that. Like all these cars pulled over. We're like, what the fuck is this thing in the sky?
Bobby, were you with Miley Cyrus? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
As a matter of fact, I was.
Shit, dude. I've known you for years and I did not know that.
Maybe. I didn't think it looked particularly snowplow-like. Well, but, she's a very creative individual.
That's true. That's true. I would like to say that her dad,
Billy Ray,
did an interview on Kelly Clarkson that I watched.
Yeah.
Because that's what I be watching.
That's where we go for our hard-hitting UFO journalism.
Totally. Yeah. And he said that he grew up in Kentucky and that in the woods there were trees that people had carved in pictures, I mean, where I'm from, we did initials, but I guess down in Kentucky, they did UFOs.
Where I'm from, it was dicks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, dicks didn't happen until it was like with Sharpie marker on the slide. A lot of dicks over there, but in the trees, initials.
And anarchy symbols.
The Stussy S?
Yeah. Oh,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure. I could
Yeah.
still draw that right now.
Yeah.
You know, the three little lines,
Yeah.
connect the dots. You know how to do it. Anyway, not the point. So he's got UFOs and aliens and shit on his trees down in Kentucky somewhere. And that sparks him, just like as a wee one, as a little child, into like, what is this all about? You know, he reads it like it's hieroglyphics or something. He's like, oh, the people who came before us knew something we don't know. It's written in the trees. So this is Miley's dad. This is what she grew up like in this type of family that has this type of.
This is on an episode of the Kelly Clarkson show.
Sure is, yeah. Yeah.
Is this what inspired him to write Achy Breaky Heart?
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's probably the UFOs.
Probably the UFOs.
He was
all about
Treatment.
UFOs.
pleading with them to not open up his chest
Yeah.
and cut open his heart.
Turns out
his
it's
achy breaky heart.
Achy Breaky Heart is about an alien abduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. All right, boys, we're going to fucking move on.
Oh, that's it?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's it.
snowplow in the sky?
Yeah,
All right.
that's it. Well, maybe it was the
Sure
weed
enough.
wax. Maybe it wasn't.
I bet those tacos were bomb, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dabs. Okay. Now we're going to Demi Lovato.
Okay.
All right. I admit.
What has she done?
A little bit less
I
of
know
a
that-
pop from the audience
I know.
for Demi Lovato.
I know the name. I don't know.
Okay.
I probably have heard whatever she's done, but
Gotta admit, I have no idea.
okay.
She's a pop star.
She sings songs.
Yep.
She sings songs. She's very beautiful.
Yeah.
And she sings songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So in 2020, she was having a birthday, and she's already interested in UFOs and stuff. She doesn't have any sightings, but she's a little bit woo woo, and she's seeking, and she's celebrating her birthday. She goes out to Joshua Tree with a bunch of friends, and she wants to do something called
Drugs?
Yeah. No, Bobby. She is sober as a motherfucker. All right. She might be on mushrooms. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But they want to do something called a meditate and watch or something. So they meditate for like 20 minutes or maybe it's like 20 seconds. I don't know what their capabilities are,
Yeah.
but they meditate for a little bit and then they sit and watch the sky.
That's cool.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to do it. Demi,
Yeah.
call your girl. We're ready to meditate and watch.
It's a good place to, if you're interested in seeing some stuff in the sky, it's a great place to go.
Hell.
A lot
yeah.
less light
Been there,
pollution.
saw some shit.
Not a lot of tall shit.
That's right.
See a lot of sky.
Yeah. The desert is awesome.
It's great.
I love the desert.
I know. Me and Greg have been in the desert before.
It's alive
together.
with the sound of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Greg and I went to the desert once, and we both were in the backseat of a car taking pictures of fucking nothing and going, "Look at this! Look at
Yeah,
this!"
it's the
And we
same
were so
photo.
excited to show each other the same photo.
Our opposite sides of the car was
Yeah.
the same photo.
Look at this one. All right. Anyhow, we love it. We're with you, Demi. We're with you. So anyway, let me tell you what she sees. So they do meditate and watch.
Meditate and wash is like
Yeah.
just hang out,
I'm
think,
sorry.
and then
You
wash your
guys,
clothes.
When we record this podcast, I get really excited and I talk really fast and then I can't breathe. So I do a lot of sucking in of air and I can't, and then I get slurry.
You're
you know?
waving your hands around a lot too.
I get so excited. I get so excited to bring this information to the people.
What'd she see? What'd she
She
see?
saw a big blue orb.
Sick.
All right. And I watched her tell Howard Stern this story. So she also, like me, uses her hands a lot to explain what she saw.
Sure, yeah.
So she sees this big blue orb, right? It's up in the sky. It's fucking blue. It's pulsating. And then it does a question mark shape in
Shut the
sky.
fuck up,
yeah,
dude.
Fuck you too.
Get outta
And then
here.
it goes fucking boom, backs out like Homer Simpson into the bushes. Boof, poof, gone into the sky.
Boof poof gone into the sky?
That's right.
Oh wow. Classic UFO move. Boof poof gone into the sky. Yeah.
So,
Was that one of her songs?
Boof poof gone.
You know, I'm not very familiar with
Yeah.
her catalogs. I couldn't say. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say yes. But maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has a song called Heart Attack, Let It Go, Cool for the Summer. I don't know.
I
It's
don't know.
all-
I don't know why I'm even laughing. It's
all new to me.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny.
So naming a song "Boof Poof Gone" is not out of the realm of possibility.
Well,
is
yeah,
what I-
it's
is what I
probably
just learned.
in there. These are just like the tops.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Demi, if you name a song, poof, poof, gone, or whatever the hell I just said,
Yeah.
just give me a, writer's credit or something. Because
Sure.
that's
Yeah.
mine.
She has one called Skyscraper, so it's
That's
close.
That's
Yeah.
close. Okay, so then, all right, everybody relax. All right, this really fucked her up. Number one,
I will not relax.
Relax, calm down, and I got more to say. She gets really like, I don't even know what the word is. She gets really motivated by this. And she tells everybody who will listen that this is what she saw. And then somehow or another, she lands a television deal. Turns this into a reality show.
I think it's the fact that she is a huge celebrity pop star.
Yeah.
This probably has a little to do with how she landed a television show. Just saying. Please continue.
Whatever, Bobby.
Please continue.
Bobby knows how the world works. Okay. They gave her a TV show. It's all right. It's a documentary series. It's 4 episodes. It's her sister, and her best friend. Now, the best friend is a skeptic. FYI. Okay. She's a believer. Sister's a believer, but we got a skeptic friend.
You really said that like, get this.
Yeah. I mean, this is what brings, it makes it legit,
Okay. And what are they up to?
They're going to meditate and watch. They're going to go.
Okay.
They're going to try to recreate. They're going to go back into the desert. They do a bunch of stuff, actually. See, I'm getting too excited. I can't breathe again. So she goes back into the desert. They do meditate and watch. We blow skeptic friend's mind apart with shit we see in the sky. Then it's okay. So we remember from like Betty and Barney Hill that being hypnotized is a big part of having, UFO experiences. If you forget or whatever, you get a TV show. Maybe you get hypnotized because Demi did on TV. So she gets hypnotized and she remembers more. And maybe she actually got abducted.
Repressed memories. Mm-hmm. Dubious.
Listen, I think repressed memories happen from our own psyches repressing things that happen to us that we can't really handle. But in this case, I believe it's aliens who have repressed the memories on purpose, like Men in Black style with the wand. Fucking forget this.
So she remembers more from Boof Poof Gone?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And so maybe she got abducted. And if you want to find out, watch the show.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plug for the show. I forget what it's called. Yeah. Watch the Demi Lovato show.
But not right now.
Continue
listening to this podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So this brings me over to Kesha. Also, babe pop star lady.
She got a lot of songs about UFOs.
Yeah. So before she came out with all the songs about UFOs, she fucking saw a UFO.
Nice.
And so those are all true story songs.
Art imitates life. Am I right?
You're right. You're right. And so her and our good friend Demi get into this like meditate in the desert thing, see a UFO vibe, and I want to go.
I wish you guys could see what Michelle's doing with her head and hands when she's describing this. It's a real wavy kind of woo situation.
Real sassy.
Yeah.
These two ladies are out in the desert. They're waving back and forth. They're in the zone.
You wait
They're
until we
looking for
start
UFOs.
recording this whatever we're doing right now, and you get the video aspect of me and what I'm up to. I'm dancing with Demi and Kesha, and we're making documentaries. I mean, lights, man. They saw lights in the sky.
Lights, man.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Did you guys ever see that the Encounters of the Fifth Kind documentary? Anybody? Bueller?
No,
Okay.
Never even heard
Let
of it.
me
Matter of fact.
fucking tell you about it. Came out in 2020. Also, 2020, popping off, lights in the sky all over the place. Jeremy Piven, homie, friend of the pod. I can't.
What up, Jeremy?
I can't help but laugh because he's not, but he will be.
Not
I
yet.
hope,
Yeah.
So he narrates it. I don't know. I tried to see if he's a believer, but I couldn't confirm nor deny. But it's a Stephen Greer's documentary about how to contact a UFO. And a lot of it is
Who's
this.
that?
He's a UFO guy.
Okay.
Stephen Greer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like one of the bigger names.
Big time UFO guy.
He has his UFO guy card.
Oh yeah, he
Okay.
invented the UFO guy card.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So he's got like a lanyard, the whole thing. So he comes out with a documentary called UFO Encounters of the Fifth Kind. And he gives you basically instructions on how to see a UFO. And basically it's this meditate and watch technique,
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. We
I
love
mean,
it.
I think there's a lot of people. There's a lot of skepticism about these kind of things, obviously, but I do think there's something to like going to try to have these experiences.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I mean, there's a lot of like this is not the greatest example, but thinking about the skeptics of the Patterson-Gimlin film, that they were like, oh, they went out to make a video about Bigfoot and they saw a Bigfoot. Isn't that convenient? But I do think there's some credence to that. That's like you went out to look for a UFO and you saw a UFO. It's like, yeah, you're more likely to do that than if you're just going about your day-to-day business. So I think that's the same with ghosts. You know,
Yeah, you
go to haunted ass places, you're more likely to have a haunted ass experience.
If you're prepping your mind for it, you could go anywhere. And if you're told it's haunted, you're going to hear noises and like be spooked out by it.
Right.
So if you're primed to see things, your mind will make them happen for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, as we know, like our vision and memory, all that stuff is malleable to say the least. You know, so if you are primed and open, it makes sense that you're more likely to see this stuff. Yeah. Here's how you do it. Meditate.
And it doesn't discount any of it too, because like your experience is your experience. So who's anyone to tell you that, no, you didn't see this?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I did. So
if you have been out where there's not a lot of light pollution, if you've been out in the desert, if you've been out in Montana, big sky country, like you just sit for 15 fucking minutes and look at the sky on a
You'll see some
cloudless
fun
night.
stuff,
There's some absolutely wild shit going on in the sky.
For sure. I still have a life regret. I camped outside Yellowstone Park and I saw some of the most spectacular shit in the sky. And on night 2, I was cold. And instead of putting on more layers, I went inside. And I still regret it. Like I should have watched that sky longer because it is, I mean,
it's absolutely alive.
It's alive. That's a great way to put it. You know what, Bobby? Yeah.
Yeah,
Man. It's alive, bro.
It's alive,
man. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I hope that everyone gets to see the night sky sometime in their life that isn't, fucked up from light pollution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Even like we're all in New York, so even at night when we see a star, it's like, oh my god,
like,
the stars are out.
Yeah. Truly. And then you go to some place where you can actually see the Milky Way with your naked eye. And it's like, whoa, dude, I've never felt so stoned without being stoned in my life.
And then when you remember that we are a part of the Milky Way.
Like that fucks me up. I can't even still.
That you can see the galaxy that we're inside of.
Yeah, I can't even still. The only way that makes sense to me is thinking about how sometimes you can see your own nose. You know, like if you...
Carl Sagan couldn't have said it better himself.
You're welcome.
I like the idea of when we're laying down, we always think that we're looking up, but we're looking out, like off the planet. So like we think we're laying down and looking up, but where we are on the planet like has us at a tilt. So we're like gravity's just kept us against this ball of rock, but we're looking off the planet.
You might even be looking down, friend.
Yeah.
Yo, I've thought about that before, and that really fucked me up. Like, am I actually looking down into space right now? Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There is no real direction in space.
Right. Yo. All right. So I'm going to move us along.
Okay.
Because we got more shit to talk about. All right. So those babes are out in the desert doing their thing. And then over here in the Northeast in Canada is our good friend Dan Aykroyd.
Hell yeah.
Ever heard of him?
That dude believes in everything.
Dude. That's
a great title for a TV show. Dan Aykroyd believes in everything. Yeah.
I couldn't say it better myself. I've watched and listened to so many interviews with this man in the last couple of weeks. This guy, the insane wealth of knowledge in this department that this man just has in his brain ready to fire at you. He's got dates accurate. He's got, like, he can rattle off everyone who's ever seen a UFO. It's crazy. And he himself has had multiple sightings throughout his life. Something that I found interesting, kind of like our good girl, Miley Cyrus, growing up in a woo-woo family. Aykroyd grew up in a woo-woo family.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, his grandfather, I think, did like seances and shit in the house. So like he grew up in a paranormal family. And as somebody who also grew up in a paranormal family, it just makes you, I think, for me, it normalizes this type of stuff. You know, you don't even think it's so weird because it's all you've ever known. When you're a little guy and your dad's doing seances, then like, yeah, it's what a lot of that stuff is what inspired him to write Ghostbusters.
In Ghostbusters, he has, was it like Ray's occult books?
Yeah, for
but
sure.
like that was his family.
Yeah,
that was the type of family he grew up in.
Yeah, I was raised completely the opposite to like any of these things. The fucking Parker Brothers Ouija board that you bought at a grocery store or like the mall was
Kmart.
satanic.
For
Absolutely
sure.
satanic.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
of this stuff is the devil.
Yeah.
It's the fucking worst thing that you could fucking possibly get into. Yeah.
I remember once we brought a Ouija board into my grandma's house and she tweaked, not because it was Satan or the devil, but because we weren't old enough yet and we didn't know how to use it and we shouldn't fuck with things we don't know about. And so she took it away from us.
She's like, you're gonna invite some spirits into this house.
Yeah. And she's not wrong. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She was like, her thing was like, if you don't know how to use it, don't fuck with it, you know? So
She's like, this is a tool for communicating with the other side.
I mean, kind of, no, she was more like, I told you not to be stupid, you fucking moron. Like, this is why bad things are going to happen to you. Like, give me the Ouija board, you dumb idiot. She was kind of a bitch, you know? She kind of was.
Sounds like a great environment, Michelle.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm so fucking healthy and stable and fine. This is
But it tracks with Dan Aykroyd having an upbringing where he's exposed to all of these wild things in different dark corners of the occult from a young age.
But for sure. His dad wrote a book called The History of Ghosts, the true story of seances, mediums, ghosts, and Ghostbusters. So it's available on Amazon.
Is it? What was it? What was the Bell Witch, the official, the certified?
Yeah.
It's authenticated.
The authenticated history of ghosts.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. That came out 75 years after the fact. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Danny's, I'm never going to call him that again, Dan Aykroyd's first experience. It was in the 1980s. We're in Martha's Vineyard. It's 4 a.m. and he gets up to make a pee-pee. And he sees that 100,000 feet up.
100,000
Jesus.
feet up?
Okay,
That's what he said?
All right, here's the other thing you got to know about Dan Aykroyd. This man knows everything about distance, speed, and flying objects.
Yeah.
All right, and so I'm gonna quote this for you so that you can understand.
Sure.
Okay, you gotta understand. I saw 2 glowing discs flying in echelon formation. You guys know what that is? I had to Google it. It's like when it's like a diagonal. Like we see it with geese and like fighter jets and shit, where it's not a V shaped, it's like half the V. It's so that you have the best backup or whatever. Anyway, they're going from horizon to horizon, 20,000 miles an hour. I'm quoting Dan Aykroyd.
You sure? Okay.
This is not me.
I didn't say a word.
All right, don't look at me.
You know?
Don't look at me like I said this. Dan Aykroyd said this. I've been in an F5. I've had my hands on it. I've been in a B-25. I know helicopters. I know aviation. I know what's a meteor and what's not. I know what's a helicopter and what's not. I know what the moon is. I know what Venus is. These were 2 glowing round objects, 100,000 feet, maybe 20,000 miles an hour. And they went across the sky just like this in a zigzag formation. And they were doing enough speed to get basically the right side of my eyes to the left side of my eyes really fast. The end.
How far do you think 100,000 feet is?
I have no fucking idea. I don't know. The Empire State Building high?
It's 19 miles.
What? That's 19 Empire State Buildings?
It's
I don't
such
even
an
know 19
arbitrary
miles.
number for Dan Aykroyd to come up with and know.
Fucking what?
To gauge something in the sky and be like, oh, that's about 19 miles away.
That's so crazy to me. I have no idea.
It's really, yeah.
How many miles?
But I love that he's like, I know what the moon is. I know what Venus is. I know. And that's to bolster his credibility about these numbers.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Going 20,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He's also not the first person in my findings to say things like they have to turn their head left to right. That's how far we're going.
Yeah,
like
in your findings?
in my I've never been zinged so hard. Listen, Bobby, what I'm doing here is legitimate.
Okay.
And I have findings.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. From your research.
I'm going to cry.
Okay, please.
I love
please
this job
continue.
so much. Please allow me to keep doing my findings. Okay. So in the early 2000s, he has a second experience. This one is kind of funny. So he's in Montreal, Canada. He's on the 23rd floor of the Queen Elizabeth Hotel. He looks out, and beyond the window, he sees what looked like an air mattress
What size? Twin, queen? Dan. He's really good with numbers and distance, so I need to know.
Mattress sizes, though, he's like iffy.
Yeah. Mattress sizes, he's unsure. He's like, it could be a full, could have been a queen.
Could have been a California king.
Hard to say.
Yeah, I think it's a California king. I don't know why this is so funny to me. Like, I can't handle it. So there's a giant air mattress outside his window, 23rd floor. And he says it's, just to be clear, it's an air mattress that's flipped around. So the bubbles are on the bottom. And it was
crazy.
And they started talking to him and telling him that everything's going to be okay.
Oh my God, I can't get my shit together. Okay, you guys, this is serious findings here, okay?
Yeah.
It was 150 feet long, 50 feet wide. It was gray. It was gray, rainy day in Montreal, but this is broad daylight.
This is like a Texas king size.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how to use a microphone. Okay, so he's on the 23rd floor. He's got this 150 foot by 50 foot gray upside down air mattress right outside his window, broad daylight, and he's looking at it and it's moving slowly down St. Catherine Street. And he's thinking, where are the wires? There's got to be wires because this is a balloon, obviously. And so he's like, wait a minute. It's not Thanksgiving. And so him and his friend, because he's with a buddy, because all celebrities have fucking entourages all the time. So him and his buddy start running through the hotel to different windows to watch it. And they're watching it drift. And then it kind of drifts sideways over the St. Lawrence River and just disappears into the sky.
Oh, shred it, dude.
Later, air mattress. That's it, dude. And like, I tried to look this up, and like, once you start saying air mattress in the sky, you just really, you can't find it.
Yeah.
You can't find shit. You know, I was hoping for some Canadian newspaper, something, anything. I got nothing. So it's obviously what happened. It's just a giant.
What year was this?
Early 2000s,
Okay.
you said.
What do you think, Greg?
No, I was like trying to piece together who he might have been with.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
If it helps you, Dan Aykroyd is really into tequila. And
Yeah, he's got his own.
Yeah, he's got
like,
his own
Crystal
tequila.
Skull.
Yeah. Really fucking awesome bottles, but whatever, tequila's the devil. So in the early 2000s, he was doing some shit with Patron. And so if you want to know who he was with Mr. Patron.
Oh,
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. You're welcome. Okay.
I also have it on good authority that he was once a guest on Paul Allen's yacht when they were sailing around the Antarctic Peninsula.
Sick.
Just a little fun fact there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
Damn.
He might have been with Paul Allen, founder of Microsoft.
Okay.
Rest in
don't-
peace.
I don't have anything funny to say about that. And I don't also have any, I got nothing, but thank you for that information. I'll include that in my findings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we were just
Bobby
speculating on who he
says-
might be with.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
happen to know that he kept the company of Paul Allen. So
All right. That's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, all these rich guys know other rich guys and they be yachting and looking for UFOs and shit in Antarctica.
It's got to be awesome to
That's
be
right.
rich, but also into.
Oh my God. Are you
UFOs.
kidding me? As soon as we're rich, we're getting a fucking yacht. We're going to Antarctica. We're going to find a fucking pyramid.
We're gonna
It's
do a
be
meditate
sick.
and watch,
Yeah.
dude,
We're going
on
to
the
do it all,
yacht.
dude. I can't
Yeah.
fucking wait.
Like if you
dude.
got money to just kind of like cruise around the world or just travel and just looking for UFOs and talk
Yeah.
and doing like odd paranormal research,
Totally.
like, and that's how you're
Yeah.
going to spend your time.
Yeah.
Fuck yes,
Dude, as soon as I'm rich, I'm
I back
funding
it.
all of that. We're doing all of it.
well, I mean, speaking of like, observing the sky from these areas where you're more likely to see things, Antarctica is a great place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
Very little light pollution, contrary
Yeah.
to popular belief.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we did learn in the Dulce episode that there is the Rainbow City
Rainbow
happening
Rim
over there.
Tunnel.
Yeah.
Yep,
So there
of
might be
course.
some disco lights happening from there. So don't be distracted by that.
But that's in the tunnel, right?
That's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is under the ice.
Is this the end of Dan's sightings? Just these
No.
two
No, we got more. So the last one, sort of the last one.
Oh, sorta?
Sorta. Yeah. I'm going to throw, okay. All right. You know what? I'll throw in this creepy one. It's 1987 upstate New York. This is just a creepy, fun Dan Aykroyd fun fact situation. I'm stumbling over my words. I'm so excited. Okay, here we go. So in the middle of the night, it's 3:00 in the morning. He bolts up out of bed And he's telling his wife at the time, I got to go outside. I got to go outside. They're calling me. They're calling me. They want to see me. They want to see me. I got to go outside. And his wife is like, shut the fuck up, Blues brother. Go back to bed. And he does. He goes back to bed. And so the next day, all over the newspapers, people saw a big pink spiral in the sky in upstate New York, and people were tweaking. So this is 1987. This is possibly part of the
Hudson Valley UFO.
That's right. Oh man, me and Bobby got a thing going on right now. Okay, so yeah, it's probably part of the Hudson Valley UFO sightings, and of course, the government said it was the Chinese doing a rocket test.
Naturally.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's pink
In
spirals.
upstate New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It
where
was
they,
the Chinese doing a rocket test.
yeah, that's where they do them.
Sound-
Yeah, that's where you test your
I
pink
like-
spirals.
I like all of the explanations from the government that gets pumped out, and it's just like, okay, I guess that's what it was.
Yeah.
The government said that's what it was. Yo, I guess it's the Chinese.
what we were trying to explain, but in the last few years, there's been a lot of Chinese weather balloons bandied
yeah.
about as explanations
Yeah.
Oh,
for
hell
things.
yeah, dude.
Oh, it was a Chinese weather balloon.
That's right.
But it is documented the Chinese have tried to spy on us with weather balloons.
Yeah, that
Oh,
is-
yeah.
So occasionally it is a Chinese
Both
weather
things
balloon.
are true.
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
things are true. Yeah. Okay, so the last Dan Aykroyd sighting, he's on his motorcycle. He's leaving Kingston, Ontario, because he's Canadian. Yo, first of all, he's a fucking nut. He's got a bunch of like police cars and he's been like deputized. So like he's a police officer.
Cool.
Could you fucking imagine getting pulled over? He said he's pulled people over. Could you imagine getting pulled over by Dan Aykroyd?
Was he a police officer like Steven Seagal is a police officer?
Yeah, I believe so. But
Okay.
but he likes to use the lights when he's got them, you know, because he has them. Might as well use them.
This reminds me like that Hunter S. Thompson was the sheriff of his
Yeah.
little town.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like, of all the people that could be the sheriff of a town, Jesus Christ.
Dan Aykroyd was on Joe Rogan. He does like a 4-hour interview that I listened to, and Rogan had a really funny line. He was like, "Could you imagine getting pulled over by a blues brother?" And I was just like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" It was pretty funny. So, all right, he's on his motorcycle and he's driving out of his farm gate. And he sees the power lines that run opposite the farm. He sees this like blinking red light is just moving really slowly on top of the power pylons. Mm-hmm. Yo, Dan Aykroyd knows about all the stuff too. He starts talking about like power lines, like he's a power line expert and has been installing them for 50 years. It's crazy. And so he starts talking about how like drones sometimes fly around the power lines to take pictures to make sure there's no damage and shit. So he's like, it's probably a drone doing research or whatever, maintenance. And I'm like, obviously that's what I would think
What
too.
year is this?
I don't know. Now.
It just sounds like Dan
Sometime.
Aykroyd has a small touch of the tism. And instead of like being hyper into trains, it's just UFOs and all things paranormal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why
but-
he has like all of this information just locked away, like ready to spout out.
Yeah, but he also knows about like how helicopters do work on power lines, which is absolutely true. I looked it up. He's not wrong. It's crazy. And so anyway, he stops and he sees this thing in the sky, this blinking light, and he says that it just takes a bunch of crazy turns and wigwags, and he doesn't know of anything that can make those types of maneuvers. He said it was just this like mass of metallic metal and lights, and it was shining its light onto him. And so he turned his motorcycle fucking cop lights on.
Oh, he had cop lights on
He
his
had cop
motorcycle.
lights on his motorcycle
Fuck yeah.
because he's fucking awesome. And he said that it was like 400 feet above him. And that's when he notices that there is no noise.
Hold on.
And okay.
The other UFO is 100,000 feet away. And then this one, he's
Yeah.
like, 400.
That's right. It's
So
very
he has
close.
trouble gauging this distance, but the other one he's real spot on about.
It's sure, yeah, you know, listen.
Sorry, my bad.
Listen,
My
we're
bad.
talking about 100 feet here, okay? It's
Yeah.
not that big of a distance. It could be 300,
Which
it could
is,
be
I'm
400.
saying, why it should be easier to measure than 100,000 feet that he was so certain about. And rattling off his bona fides. I know what the moon is. I know what Venus is. I've seen Earth.
Yeah.
I live on Earth. I've seen a ruler, tape measure, yardstick, one of the ones with wheels on it.
Oh, yeah. that happened to. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. Listen,
Please continue. He's got his spotlights.
I think it's hard to do the distance because the lights are too bright. He can't. He's blinded by the light.
Yeah, of
so
course.
blinded by the UFO. So he says that it's at this point that he realizes there's no sound, and so he's like, "Holy motherfucking shit! It's not a helicopter." Because this whole time he's thinking it's like fucking power line maintenance guys, and it's not. And then it turned its light off and just drifted out over the field and just drifted real slow. Goodbye.
Like
Dan
a Chinese
Aykroyd.
weather balloon.
Yeah. Shut up. You think that's what you think it was? You think it was a
No,
Chinese
I
weather
was just thinking about things drifting.
Yeah.
That's all.
balloon? Yeah. So that's Dan Aykroyd. Man.
Sounds like a Hudson Valley UFO. You know what I mean? Even though we're in Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, whatever. Same.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Dan Aykroyd. He fucking rolled. You guys know who Dave Foley is?
Yeah.
Of course.
News radio.
News radio.
Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall. That's what I know him from. But his face is so embedded in my memory. You know, he's so recognizable to me as the Kids in the Hall guy. Even though he's like a grown-up man now.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Congratulations, Dave.
On
For
grown-up.
growing
being,
up.
For
being
grown-up.
a grown-up man now.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. I just like, I find his face very soothing. I'm very soothed by Dave Foley, and I
Okay.
like him.
Beard or no beard?
He had a beard at one point.
Fucking
I've seen
no
him with,
beard.
with some goatee
I've seen him
action.
some goatee action.
Hot goatee action.
I don't love that. I gotta
Okay.
admit.
I just
like
wanted to
him
know
better.
which Dave you were being soothed by.
It's
A beardless
clean-
Dave Foley.
Yeah, clean shaven Dave Foley soothes
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's all right. Dave Foley also not as autistic as Dan Aykroyd, but heavily into UFOs, like super duper into it.
Okay.
And he's got like a very like level-headed approach. You know, he's not trying to say he knows everything about everything. As a matter of fact, he's trying to say the opposite. He's like, I absolutely do believe in UFOs, which then he's like, I don't believe in ghosts. And like, what kind of hypocrite does that make me? If I open my mind up to one of these things, then I have to open my mind up to the rest of them. Paranormal, cryptids, whatnot. And I'm right there with Mr. Foley, you know, like that. But same. Some of the stuff I believe in, some of the stuff I don't believe in. Like, what am I going to do? But I got to stay open-minded to all of it because then I'm a fucking hypocrite. So Foley's into all this stuff and he starts making, you know, UFO buddies. You can find lots of Dave Foley interviews on different podcasts and TV shows. He was like a keynote speaker at a big conference, Contact in the Desert or whatever it's called. Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
that's it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what it's called. Okay, yeah.
Out in Coachella.
So yeah, he's like involved and yeah, so you can look him up and hear what he has to say. So in 2022, super recent, he's out in Ventura County, California. He's walking his dog with his buddy, Jeremy Corbell. You guys
We know
this
Jeremy.
guy? You know Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to
Is
keep...
he a UFO guy?
He is a
He is.
UFO
Has
guy.
his card?
He's kind of he's the one that kind of brought Lazar back into the pop culture. Like
okay.
Lazar never really went away, but
He made him famous.
He's kind
Oh,
of
this
very
is-
much recently. He's brought it back up again.
Yeah. No, you
Bobby's
showed me a
pointing at
picture of
me
this
because
guy.
I did
You
show
told me
him.
about this
Yeah, I do have a lot of opinions.
guy. She had us
On
about-
Corbell?
I do.
couple
I do.
choice-
He's also
choice
he's been
words.
speaking in front of Congress and stuff too about
Yeah. Yeah,
UFO
you can see
disclosure.
him in like the second row of a lot. Like every time the government does like a televised hearing or something where they tell us some shit, he's like fucking front row, dude. I'm gonna keep all of my opinions to myself about him. I've got them. I'm not gonna say any of them.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna take a moment of silence to contain myself. So, okay, so Dave Foley and Jeremy Corbell are out walking in Corbell's like backyard or like in his neighborhood. They're walking the dog. And so, all right, one thing I will say, bringing it back to Bobby's fucking point earlier, is Jeremy Corbell has been like trying to document UFOs his whole fucking life. Or like that's what his, maybe not his whole life, but like since he's been doing this, right? So him and Foley see a fucking UFO. And guess what he chooses not to do? Record it. Which just seems like it's not suspicious, but I think Foley says that Corbell even said to him while they were like having the sighting, he even says like, I'm not going to record this or something, which I'm going to keep all my opinions to myself about Jeremy Corbell. fucking whatever. Anyway,
I mean, not to defend this guy. I don't know this guy. I'm not familiar, but I don't know. It doesn't seem that crazy to me especially in this day and age, in these current times, to make a decision that's like, I'm just going to experience this thing.
Yeah.
Because we do overly record shit. And, you see everybody at concerts that are watching the concert through their fucking phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like stuff
for
like
sure.
that. So
Yeah.
I do. I mean, it's a weird decision to make in the moment when you're seeing a UFO.
Yeah.
But I do understand the sentiment of, and maybe that's where he was coming from. That was like, holy shit, I just want to have this experience.
Yeah.
Maybe they were talking to him in his head like they're wont to do. We know this. That they were
You know what? I didn't think about that.
Do not take out your phone.
Yeah. I didn't think about that
We'll
fact.
blast you with a laser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
just my 2 cents.
All right. Maybe if the aliens were threatening him,
Yeah.
then maybe, are you threatening me? Then that's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay. Jeremy Corbell often falls out of my good graces and then right back in. So I think the reason I'm keeping my opinions to myself is I haven't really figured them out yet.
Sure.
All right. Okay. So anyway, they're out there, they're walking the dog. They see coming down from a high altitude a fucking giant UFO. Is kind of triangular in shape, and it is coming down and then it stops abruptly. And it was pulsating in different colors, and it was moving sideways real slow. And then eventually it just disappears over the mountains. And they said it lasted for a couple of minutes. A lot of these sightings are like literally seconds. It's like when you see a fucking crazy animal in the woods or something. And it's like, you saw it, but it was like for a second. You know? I feel like UFO sightings are a lot like that. Like I saw it, but for a second.
I changed my tune now that I know that it's a couple of minutes. I'm skeptical about him not recording it with his phone.
I hear you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So the next day, Foley does make a drawing on his iPad of what he saw. And it's kind of like he was using like a watercolor pastel technique, which is very interesting. It's very cool. I mean, it's like a yellow blob with some lights. I don't know. Right on. That's it, man. I mean, I saw that shit and that happened, and we think what we think about Jeremy Corbell, but Dave Foley finally fucking saw a UFO.
Yeah.
He was a believer before he even saw one.
Yeah.
I love that. Love that for him.
Congratulations, Dave, on being a grown adult man and also seeing a UFO.
Hell yeah. Also, fucking come to the pod. We love you so much. We love you. We love you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go back in time for a minute to Jackie Gleason. He was an actor. We all know him. We love him. We're talking about him because he had the largest UFO and metaphysical library in the private collection, known to man, to this day. He was one of the first famous people to start claiming that the government was a huge UFO cover-up. And he claims that he was talking to the government, probably our good friend Hynek again. Basically, he was obsessed with the fact that the government knew about this and was not telling us. There's another famous comedian around the same time named Dick Gregory, who also believed that UFOs were controlled by our government. And these are some of the first guys who had any type of celebrity status and a fan base and people would listen to, who were starting to say that it's the government. There's not just aliens from other planets, but the government knows, maybe the government's controlling it, but either way, they're not telling us, and that's really fucked up, and we should do something about it, which leads me to our good friend, Tom DeLonge from Blink-182. Who's our current fucking celebrity who's up to the same business. It's the fucking government.
To the Stars Academy.
Yeah.
I think, wasn't that a big scam?
I don't
I could be
know.
wrong with that. That would be alleged. I'm not throwing out this information, but I thought
Reggie, cut that out.
when a lot of that was going on. I remember when he was promoting it on Rogan. He was essentially trying to crowdfund his company.
Yeah.
And then it just came across real scammy.
So that Rogan interview, I actually remember when it happened, but for this, in my findings, I did watch it again or listen to it again, and he sounds crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people do.
Yeah,
can't hold that against them.
But it's I always think Rogan does a good job of asking questions that maybe I didn't necessarily think of, but also are like, wait, what the fuck are you actually talking about? And Tom doesn't have a lot of answers. Like a lot of his answers are, I'm not going to talk about that.
When it first aired, was that like 2018, 19,
Yeah.
something like that? All I remember from it was like everything that Rogan was asking about. He's like, I'll talk about it off air.
Right.
And it was just like, well, we're on a show to talk about this
truly,
stuff.
Yeah, it was a very frustrating interview to listen to for those reasons. Like that he doesn't say a whole lot, it's really, it sucks.
To his credit, like he was a big ufologist like his entire life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like completely into it.
When I started researching this, I was like, oh, I couldn't wait to find out how he started, And it turns out he did not have a sighting. So when he was a kid in like middle school age, he started reading books like about like cryptids, like the Loch Ness Monster and UFOs. And in the books, they were laid out as if they were true stories, not like they were science fiction. And this really, like, I don't know, planted the seed, of like this could be real, I guess, in his mind. And then later when Blink-182 was touring, they didn't have the internet and shit. So they'd be on the tour bus for like 20 hours at a time. And he just started reading all these UFO books. And I hope, and like my little heart believes that my uncle wrote some of them or published some of the books that little Tom was reading on the bus, I just like hope that happened for, my own little heart. But Tom does eventually write a book called Secret Machines. And so he does a press tour when he comes out with the first book. And after the press tour, the government pays him a little fucking visit. And this is the shit that he's talking about in that like infamous Rogan episode. Basically, all the things that he wouldn't talk about on the air, he did talk about when he was doing this press tour.
So it was probably like he was waiting to release it in this.
No. Opposite. So he had already done that press tour. And then the government paid him a visit, and then he does Rogan. So he can't talk about it. But basically, he's like, if you want to know what I said, go back to the videos and shit of the press tour, and you'll be able to find out what I can't say now. Because now I'm in contracts with a bunch of people, and I can't talk about this shit. And so that's why the interview, that Rogan interview, comes off as being like super fucking weird and vague. Basically, what he says happens is he does this like super fucking creepy meetup with like basically like a man in black type figure, meets him at an airport restaurant and just says like, we don't know how you know all the shit that you're talking about, but let's talk about it, and he admits, this like man in black guy admits that during the Cold War, we found a life form, an alien life form.
Is that J-Rod? Do you know J-Rod?
No.
Okay.
It's Reggie, our resident alien, obviously. So for anyone who doesn't know, we have a resident alien named Reggie, and we love him. That's all we have to say about that. Yeah, you can see him on our website. You can see him on our Instagram. He also edits our podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, he's our intern, and he rules. Reggie. Reggie forever. There's all kinds of scientists and all kinds of people involved in Tom DeLonge's company, To the Stars Academy and Arts and Sciences. And they're doing all kinds of fucking wild research. If you want to know about it, you can go on their website. They got a couple of books. They got a lot of stuff that you can read about. And I think to bring some legitimacy is things that keep happening proves that Tom knew shit this whole time that he couldn't talk about. For example, in April of 2020, the Pentagon officially declassifies 3 videos, which if you're anything like us, you've seen them many times. DeLonge had previously released those videos in 2017, 3 years beforehand, So like he knows stuff for sure. I don't know if he knows all the stuff with like splitting atoms or whatever the fuck he's up to, like science-wise.
But he's got some sources.
He's got legitimate sources. Yeah, he's got legitimate sources, and he's putting out legitimate videos and things of that nature. So if you want to know more, go check out Tom DeLonge's To the Stars Academy. I don't know what their current status is. They go in and out of favor. So it's up to you. And if you want to read some of the older celebrity UFO sightings that I keep referencing for the last fucking so many hours that we've been talking about celebrity sightings. It's UFOs Among the Stars by Timothy Green Beckley. And once again, if you are a celebrity and you've seen a UFO, or you saw a celebrity saw a UFO,
Yeah, that's right.
or if you love celebrities and UFOs, or you did a meditate and watch, or you're Tom DeLonge, or you're Dave Foley, or you're Dan Aykroyd, please call us at the Strange
Mark
Exchange.
Hoppus or Travis Barker. Any member of Blink-182.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give
that's
us a
fine.
call.
Yeah. Strange Exchange number is 92944533705. Call us. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.